Welcome to the Real English Talk podcast. This is the place where you learn practical methods to improve your English speaking skills so you can communicate naturally and confidently in any situation. In today's episode, you're going to learn how to train your brain to speak English using simple, science-based techniques that work with how your brain naturally learns languages. By the end of this episode, you will know exactly how to practice every day to stop translating in your head and start speaking English automatically. If you want to speak English fluently without hesitation, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a lesson. Now let's get started. Let's join our hosts.
Hello and welcome back to Real English Talk. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Michael. Hi, everyone. We're so happy you're here with us today.
We make videos to help you speak English confidently and naturally, step by step and without stress.
Today, we're talking about how to train your brain to speak English. A lot of learners feel frustrated because they understand English but can't speak it quickly or naturally. But don't worry.
By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to train your brain to think in English and speak without translating, using simple daily practices that actually work.
Before we begin, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us and helps more learners find these lessons.
In this lesson, we'll explain why speaking English feels so difficult, show you how your brain learns to speak a new language, and give you 5 practical techniques you can start using today. We'll break everything into small, easy steps, so it never feels overwhelming.
You don't need to study grammar rules all day or memorize thousands of words. You just need to train your brain in the right way. And today we'll give you the exact methods that help your brain switch from translating to speaking naturally. So take a deep breath, relax, and let's get started. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly how to practice every day to train your brain for natural English speaking.
Okay, Sarah, let's start with the big question. Why is speaking English so difficult for so many learners? That's such an important question, Michael, and the answer is actually really interesting. You see, most people can read English pretty well. They can understand videos or podcasts, but when they try to speak, their brain just freezes.
Exactly. I hear this all the time. Students say, I know the words in my head, but I can't say them fast enough.
Right, and there's a scientific reason for this. When you're reading or listening, you're using the receptive part of your brain. That means you're receiving information. But speaking uses the productive part of your brain. You have to create the language yourself in real time.
So it's like the difference between recognizing a song when you hear it versus being able to sing that song from memory.
Perfect analogy. And here's the thing. Most English learners spend 90% of their time on input, reading and listening, but they spend almost no time training the productive skills.
So their brain never builds the pathways it needs for speaking.
Exactly. And there's another big problem.
What's that?
Translation. Most learners are still translating in their heads. They think in their native language first, then try to translate to English, then try to say it. By the time they finish translating, the conversation has moved on.
Oh, I know that feeling. When I was learning Spanish, I would think, okay, I want to say I went to the store yesterday. Wait, how do I say went? Is it fui or fue? And do I need a la or al? And meanwhile, the person I'm talking to is just staring at me, waiting.
Exactly. That's the translation trap. And it's exhausting. Your brain is working so hard.
So how do we fix this? How do we train our brain to speak English without translating?
Great question. Let's talk about how your brain actually learns to speak a language. First, you need to understand this. Your brain creates neural pathways. These are like roads in your brain that connect words, phrases, and meanings.
Okay, so it's like building roads?
Exactly. When you first learn English, these roads don't exist yet. So your brain has to use the old roads, the ones in your native language. That's why you translate. You're using the roads that already exist.
I see. So we need to build new roads, English roads.
Yes. And how do you build roads? You use them over and over and over.
Repetition.
Exactly. The more you speak English, the stronger those neural pathways become. Eventually, they become automatic. You don't have to think about it anymore.
So it's like when you first learn to drive a car. At first, you have to think about everything, the steering wheel, the pedals, the mirrors, but after a while, you just drive. You don't think about each step.
Perfect example. That's exactly what we want with English. We want speaking to become automatic.
Okay, so Sarah, what are the techniques? How do we actually train our brain?
Let me give you 5 powerful techniques that really work. These are based on neuroscience and language learning research.
I'm ready. Let's hear them.
Technique number 1. Think in English.
Wait, but that's the hard part.
How do you just start thinking in English?
I know, it sounds impossible, but here's how you start. Begin with simple things. Don't try to think complex thoughts in English. Instead, narrate your actions.
Narrate my actions? What does that mean?
Okay, imagine you're making breakfast. Instead of thinking in your native language, say in your head, I'm waking up, I'm getting out of bed, I'm walking to the kitchen, I'm opening the refrigerator.
Oh, so you're just describing what you're doing, but in English.
Exactly. Use simple present continuous. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Do this all day long.
That's brilliant, because you're not translating. You're just saying what's happening right in front of you.
Yes, and your brain starts to connect English directly with actions and objects without going through your native language first.
So if I'm cooking, I could think, I'm chopping onions, I'm heating the pan, I'm adding oil.
Perfect. And after a few weeks of this, it becomes natural. Your brain builds those English pathways.
Okay, I love this. What's technique number 2?
Technique number 2, talk to yourself out loud.
Wait, really? Just talk to myself?
Yes, this is one of the most powerful techniques, and it's completely free. You don't need a conversation partner. You don't need a teacher. Just practice speaking out loud when you're alone.
What should I talk about?
Anything. Talk about your day. Talk about what you're going to do tomorrow. Describe the room you're in. Explain how to make your favorite food. The topic doesn't matter. What matters is that you're training your mouth and your brain to produce English.
So it's like going to the gym for your speaking skills.
Exactly. If you want to get strong, you lift weights. If you want to speak English, you speak English.
I think a lot of learners feel embarrassed to talk to themselves.
I know, but think about it this way. Athletes practice alone all the time. Musicians practice alone. Why shouldn't language learners practice alone?
That's a really good point. Plus, when you're alone, you don't feel nervous. You can make mistakes and it doesn't matter.
Exactly. No pressure. And you can repeat the same sentence 10 times until it feels natural.
Okay, I'm convinced. What's technique number 3?
Technique number 3, use shadowing.
Shadowing. What's that?
Shadowing means you listen to a native English speaker and you repeat what they say immediately, trying to match their pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation.
So it's like following their words like a shadow follows a person.
Exactly. That's why it's called shadowing.
How do you do this? Do you need special materials?
No, you can use anything. YouTube videos, podcasts, TV shows, audiobooks. Here's what you do. Play a sentence or two, pause it, repeat exactly what they said. Try to copy their voice.
So if someone says, "Good morning, how are you today?" I would say, "Good morning, how are you today?" and try to sound just like them.
Perfect. And this technique is amazing because it trains your mouth muscles, their pronunciation, your rhythm, and your intonation all at the same time.
Plus, you're learning natural phrases, not textbook English.
Exactly. You're learning how people really speak.
How often should someone practice shadowing?
Even just 10 to 15 minutes a day makes a huge difference. You can do it while you're cooking or cleaning.
I love these practical techniques. What's number 4?
Technique number 4, learn phrases, not individual words.
Okay, explain this one.
Most learners try to memorize individual words, like they learn go, work, car. But native speakers don't speak in individual words. They speak in phrases.
So instead of learning go, I should learn...
I'm going to work. Let's go home. Go ahead. Go for it. See? These are complete phrases that you can use immediately in conversation.
Oh, that makes so much sense. Because when you learn, "I'm going to work," your brain stores the whole phrase as one unit.
Exactly. And when you need it in conversation, it comes out automatically. You don't have to build the sentence from individual words.
So it's faster.
Much faster. And it sounds more natural too.
Can you give more examples?
Sure. Instead of just learning want, learn I want to. Do you want to? I'd like to. Instead of just help, learn can I help you? Let me help you with that. Thanks for your help.
These are phrases you can actually use in real situations.
Exactly. And here's a pro tip. When you're watching TV shows or YouTube videos, write down the phrases you hear, not individual words, complete phrases.
Then practice those phrases by talking to yourself.
You've got it. Okay, what's technique number 5?
Technique number 5, practice making mistakes. Wait, practice making mistakes? That sounds wrong.
I know, it sounds strange, but here's the problem. Most learners are so afraid of making mistakes that they don't speak at all.
True. I see this all the time. Students know the answer, but they don't raise their hand because they're afraid it's wrong.
Exactly. And if you never speak, you never improve. So you have to change your relationship with mistakes.
How?
Understand that mistakes are not failures. Mistakes are information. They tell your brain, okay, that didn't work. Let me try a different way.
So mistakes are actually helping you learn.
Exactly. Every mistake is your brain figuring out how English works.
So when I say something wrong, I shouldn't feel bad?
No, you should feel proud that you tried, because trying and making a mistake is better than not trying at all.
That's really encouraging, Sarah. I think a lot of learners need to hear this.
And here's what I tell my students. Native English speakers make mistakes too. We say things incorrectly, we forget words, we pause and say and
That's so true. Communication doesn't have to be perfect.
Right. The goal is not perfection. The goal is communication. Can the other person understand you? Yes, then you succeeded.
I love that. Okay, so let me recap these 5 techniques. Number 1, think in English by narrating your actions. Number 2, talk to yourself out loud. Number 3, use shadowing to copy native speakers. Number 4, learn phrases, not individual words. Number 5, practice making mistakes without fear.
Perfect summary, Michael.
Now, Sarah, I have an important question. How long does it take to train your brain? When will someone see results?
That's a great question. And the honest answer is, it depends. It depends on how much you practice. It depends on your current level. And it depends on your native language.
But give us a general idea.
Okay, if you practice these techniques every day, even just 15 to 20 minutes, most learners start to notice changes in about 2 to 3 weeks.
What kind of changes?
They start thinking in English more easily. They pause less when they speak. Words come faster. They feel more confident. And after a few months, after 2 or 3 months of consistent practice, speaking English starts to feel automatic. You stop translating. Your brain just does it. That's amazing. But I bet some people are thinking, I don't have time to practice every day. I know, everyone is busy. But here's the secret. You don't need to sit down for an hour with a textbook. You can practice while you're doing other things. Like what? While you're cooking, narrate what you're doing in English. While you're driving or walking, talk to yourself. While you're watching TV, pause and shadow a few sentences. So you're integrating English practice into your daily life. Exactly. You don't need extra time. You just use the time you already have in a smarter way. I love that. Okay, let's talk about some common mistakes learners make when trying to train their brain. Good idea. Mistake number 1, they only study grammar. Grammar is important, but grammar alone doesn't make you speak fluently. You need to actually practice speaking. Mistake number 2, they wait until they're ready to speak. They think, I'll practice speaking when my English is better. But that's backwards. Your English gets better by speaking, not by waiting. So you have to speak before you feel ready. Exactly. It's uncomfortable, but that's how you grow. What's mistake number 3? They only practice in their head. They think about English, but they don't speak it out loud. But thinking and speaking use different parts of your brain. You have to physically move your mouth and produce sounds. So silent practice isn't enough. Right. You have to hear your own voice speaking English. Mistake number 4, they give up too soon. They try for a week, don't see huge changes, and they quit. But training your brain takes time. You have to be patient and consistent. Like going to the gym. You don't get muscles after one workout. Exactly. You have to keep going week after week. But if you do, you will see results. Okay, Sarah, before we finish, let's give our listeners a challenge. I love it. Okay, here's your challenge. For the next 7 days, I want you to practice thinking in English every day. Just 5 minutes. Narrate what you're doing. Talk to yourself while you're making coffee, getting dressed, or cleaning. Use simple present continuous. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And on day 7, notice how you feel. Is it easier than day 1? Do words come faster? Then, if you want to continue, add another technique. Start talking to yourself out loud for 5 minutes a day. Then add shadowing. Build your practice step by step. Don't try to do everything at once. Right. Small steps every day will change your brain. Okay, let's do a quick review of everything we talked about today. Great idea. Today we explained why speaking English is difficult.
your brain is still translating and you haven't trained the productive skills. We talked about how your brain learns by building neural pathways through repetition and practice. And we gave you 5 powerful techniques. 1. Think in English by narrating your actions. 2. Talk to yourself out loud. 3. Use shadowing to copy native speakers. 4. Learn phrases, not individual words. 5. Practice making mistakes without fear. We also talked about common mistakes, only studying grammar, waiting to feel ready, practicing only in your head, and giving up too soon.
The most important thing to remember is this. Your brain is incredibly powerful. It can learn to speak any language. You just have to train it in the right way. And you don't need to be perfect. You just need to practice consistently.
Even 10 or 15 minutes a day will make a huge difference.
So start today. Don't wait. Your future English-speaking self will thank you.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you found this helpful, please like this video and subscribe to our channel.
And if you know someone who's learning English and struggling with speaking, share this episode with them. It could really help.
We post new lessons every week to help you improve your English, so make sure you turn on notifications.
In our next episode, we're going to talk about how to improve your English pronunciation so you sound more natural and confident.
Until then, keep practicing, keep speaking, and remember, mistakes are not failures. They're proof that you're trying and learning.
We believe in you. You can do this.
Thanks for learning with us today.
Take care, and we'll see you in the next lesson.
Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.